Welcome back guys, this is Val from Dreamlight. In this video I'm going to be doing a quick review of the Steampunk Motorbike by David Brennan and Forbidden Whispers. And I'm a big fan of all kind of fantasy, sci-fi, steampunk stuff, so I just need to check this out, right? And looking at the images, it looks really cool. I love the huge turbine looking thing here in the middle. Oh man, this is just badass. Just looks incredible, and I want to load it into DAZ Studio, see how it performs, and just see if there is any pros and cons with this package. But it looks just amazingly detailed. So alright, let's take it for a spin. So just before loading it, it has 3D Lite version and ARRI version, as well as basic poser support as well. And there are a few items here, material options and so forth, textures, 216 textures. That sounds like a lot for a bike, right? That sounds really like a lot, but let's take a look. So once you have it installed, you're gonna find in DAZ Studio formats, my DAZ 3D library, vehicles, and steam powered bike, and you got this one main icon here, and then got materials for array, bike alternate, bike default, and so forth, flames, kind of cool, and you got also 3D Lite versions here as well. All right, let's go back and load this. All right, let's grab a look. Let's just use the default preview and NVIDIA array. I'm going to draw the dome on. Just wait for it to initiate. It feels very light when you rotate the camera. It's not a heavy prop, which is a good thing. A lot of props nowadays are very heavy and poorly optimized, so this feels very light. However, like I said, I'm not sure about the textures. There was quite a lot of the textures available here, and a prop, you know how array works. If it doesn't load all the textures into the graphic card, and if it exceeds the memory, it will not render using the graphic card. And I'm using a GTX 1080, so it has a few gigabytes of RAM, but then again, Windows takes away a little bit, and also, like I said, if it doesn't load all the textures into memory, it's not going to perform and render using the graphic card. So let's just wait for this to initiate, and it kicks in. Looks really detailed, man. I'm amazed how just well put together this is. Look at the details, guys. I would say this texture here on the wheel cover, whatever it's called, it's a little bit too much, bump on it. I just feel it's a little bit too clunky looking. For the rest of it, if you compare on the rest, how the metal looks here, it looks a little bit finer, right? So I would probably change this a little bit. Let's see, surface selection, and let's go in here. So it's called mud guards. See, I learned something new today. Mud guards. All right, so let's see what we have. Bump. There is no bump. There is a normal. Let's drag it down to 0, see how it looks. Yeah, I think it's way too heavy. All right, way too heavy compared to the rest of the bikes. I will lower this a little bit. All right, and if it's possible, also tiled. I think the pattern is a little bit too large, so I'll go ahead and tile this if possible. It's not always possible to tile things. Depends on how the UV map. That doesn't really work, right? That's a pity. Anyway. So that is cool looking. That's cool looking. Now let's make a render and let's see if it really loads into the graphic card. So I'm gonna just push it a little bit hard. And 15,000. Let's just add a camera real quick. Select the camera, turn off any headlamp on the camera. It's very important so it doesn't destroy the image. right? And let's load it. So I'm gonna just do maybe, I don't know, just something like that. So I'm gonna be using GPUs here really quickly just to see if it really renders using the graphic card. All right. And so if I just engage the render and click on GPUs here, it's going to show GPU load. If this fails at some point, it means there's too much textures being loaded. As of now, it performs using the graphic card, so that's good. All 200 something textures are loaded into the memory of the graphic card. That's awesome. So it's well optimized. That's great. Renders really quickly. Looks badass. Again, I'm not happy with the mud guards. That's a new word for me. I think the texture is a little bit too large. I'd like it to be maybe twice as little, right? Just so it looks congruent with the rest of the texturing of the bike. And all right, so there are some options. All right, let's go ahead and check them out. So we got, let's see here. There we go. Array. So we got bike alternate. So we've got the bike selected. Let's click on that. Bike alternate. See how that looks. I'm going to deselect any surface. Here we go. Now it loads all probably 200 textures again into a graphic card, so it takes a while. So I'm going to pause the video. Yeah, so that one loads differently on the mud guards, right? It looks completely different, and I prefer this look over the other one because it has a better texture. If you look at the bump or normal mapping on this one, it looks a lot better, right? It's more congruent with the rest of the bike. So I think this is a really good, and I get it. It looks like a homemade, you know, metal that you just hammered into place on the other one. I get it, right? But I just think that it wasn't congruent with the rest of the look. So we got bike flames default. Let's click on that. All right, bike flames didn't respond. It's probably some kind of thing over here that we need to select. And I'd like to know what it is. All right, there is some kind of missing info here. It's not self-explanatory. Bike flames default. I don't see what flames are, right? There is no flames that I can see. So apparently it's some kind of an object I need to select first, but I'm not sure what it is. And I'd like that to be the case. So I'm not going to search for it. This is the drawback of the package. Bike front lights on. Let's turn them on. That works straight off. It's turned on. Good. Let's turn it off. Awesome. So we got bike mud guards removed. Let's click on that. Awesome. That works straight off the bat and show. Great. Perfect. And we've got the tail light on. Ah, that's nice. Love the color. And off. All right, so the only thing not working here was the bike flames. I have no idea what that is. And like I said, I'm testing this as you were, just basically loading it for the first time. If it doesn't respond and you have to look for it for half an hour, that's a drawback. So now I think this is a great, you know, an awesome model. It just looks fantastic, renders really quickly, but it has one drawback, and nowhere here can I find any poses for female or male characters, all right? And I think this is an additional thing I would love to have included in this package, right? Because if I add a character, there is no way this is not an ordinary bike, right? It looks a little bit custom made, so to speak. And so the issue is that I'm gonna spend a lot of time posing my figures, you know. So I'd like at least one or two poses for females or males to be included, right? So guys, that's pretty much it for this review. I hope you enjoyed this. Go ahead, grab this at DAZ, and as always, if you like this video, comment below, share with your friends, and go ahead and have some fun, guys. See you next time.